Morning or afternoon. I forget what time it is, but out on my walk again. Got a nice, bright, sunny day today. It's cold as shit though. It's so cold. Alright, trying to zip myself up. I think I'm as far as I can go. Holding the phone's a little weird today because I got the mitten gloves on. So I got these at the alpaca farm. They're warm as anything. Because they have like a lining on the inside as well as the knit, so they're great, but then I can't hold on to the phone when I have it all in the mitten portion, and they're cute. I like these. Yes, I got fingers sticking out, but it's cold, so I'm gonna cover them up. But then now my pop socket's going to be rotating because I'm holding the pop socket because I got little ass hands. So we have today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of the year. I got to put this up too. My head's cold. And it's windy. So, yeah, trying not to freeze my butt off and sound like a human. Oh, there we go. Now I got my face in the frame. So I always take the time off in between Christmas and New Year's. I didn't do it this year because just how the holidays fell, I could be at the shop and still get everything basically turned over for the new year. And, you know, it's moving along okay. Always, like, it's revisiting your finances, see if your game plan is still working, marketing plans, like everything for the whole business, revisiting everything and purging the apartment. But I try to keep everything like in a routine, a continual routine of being organized, cleaning, decluttering, like it's all sort of one thing, it's like I formed that habit, like when I was living at my parents' house. They were continually squishing me into one room, and I had to keep up on the clutter, business. When you're in business, you have paperwork and just personal stuff too, bills, you know what I mean? And at that point, you didn't really have a lot of digital stuff. So you had physical paper, and trying to, not drown and feel like you're living in a storage unit. Like I would, make it part of the routine. So it's like my books, just make it one string of stuff. So the cleanup is part of the thing. Even like with cooking, cleaning the kitchen is part of cooking. If I didn't clean the kitchen, I'm not done with cooking type stuff, so it's the same. Like if I don't file my papers and then take out the old shit, I didn't finish the books type thing. So it's so cold, and my poor lips. So, all right, again, being hypermobile, and again, forming habits around that to manage it, even before even knowing that that's what was going on. Me thinking I'm a female, getting involved in a male-dominated tattooing, and I'm the delicate little flower, so like washing my hands, and they're getting chapped, thinking that it's just because I'm a girl, and not that's not normal, to how fast they were getting chapped and irritated and everything like that. So through the years, I developed carrying around a fanny pack with my go-tos. So my fanny pack, I always have my chapstick, Because like right now, like I forgot, I went up to the coffee house like I usually do every week. You know, get ready for my week, give myself that space to look at my calendar and see what's happening and making sure that the things happen that are supposed to be happening. And I don't know where my fanny pack, how or why it didn't end up on my waist walking up, but it didn't. So now I'm like walking back, and I always have my chapstick in there, my hand lotion, and mints, because I do the Dr. Ellie mouth system thing. So I have the xylitol mints and the xylitol gum in there. I totally didn't have those with me either, so it completely threw me off. I also have a hair tie in there. Band-aids just in case. Like, so it's my go-to little bag so that I'm never, with dry hands, or like my lips, they're gonna get, by the time I get home, they're gonna be cracking. So, but I try, and every once in a while there's a hiccup and I forget the stuff, but oh well. So that's that. So cracked bloody lips, whatever, gonna be home today, doesn't matter. But like as a tattoo artist, like with your hands, you don't want any open wounds on your hands. Being hypermobile with more fragile skin, like, I've gone through the airport bleeding just because I bumped my hand on my suitcase while going, through the airport. And it's just so ridiculous. So, so again, just like forming habits around stuff so that you're not all, you're not bleeding all over TSA, or getting yelled at when you're boarding the flight and you're in your seat and you're putting sealskin on now your new wound. I've had that. I've had, like, who's putting on the nail polish? And it's like, it's not nail polish, dude. You want me to bleed on your plane? Because I could do that if you'd like. So to me, it's just like amazing, about how stuff like that, like I'm trying to close up a wound. Like, I don't need to get sick. I don't know what's on your plane. Or even like going to hotels, the conference centers, the public restrooms, they don't have soap. I learned in my class that washing your hands is probably one of the best things you could do. Or talking to the client who, while they're at home, doesn't wash their hands. Oh, that's great. I don't want to eat at your house at all. That's gross. Like what? You don't just wash your hands when you're out in the world. Like, didn't anybody ever teach you that your poop has fucking, like your shit is shit? Like, and there's bacteria and viruses and other shit in there? Like, Jesus. And if you don't wash your hands and then you stick it in food, then you just stuck it in the food that you're feeding your family. It's gross. So yeah, this is just all over the place. Talking, I'm going off on tangents. That's my scatterbrain. But yeah, new year, new things, getting the habits all, revisiting the habits, making sure that the habits are doing what the habits are supposed to be doing, moving in the right direction. And then today too, I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself today, because then tomorrow's my birthday. But I've been wanting to make a lasagna for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And again, with the food sensitivities, can't do the pasta, I can't do the tomato sauce, and I can't do the things. So I've modified the lasagna using, I think it's cassava pasta, lasagna noodles. It's either cassava or it's brown rice. So I could do those, Then I have a recipe for Nomato. Tastes so good. And it's great. Like, it's like when I eat this stuff, I don't feel swollen. And then when I happened to be in a position where I can't avoid the things I'm not supposed to eat, next day immediately, or even like within a couple of hours sometimes of some of this stuff, your intestines just feel not right. So that's already the swelling that's starting. So, but because I have to do these modifications, so much more time now is added on my plate, because and now I have to make the tomato sauce to then make the lasagna. Then I'm also making a chicken soup, but I'm using a chicken carcass. So then it's, getting the chicken carcass on the stove and, letting it go. So then you could debone it and everything. So yeah, so I'm a glutton for punishment today, and I'm going to be in the kitchen all day long. But, again, being hypoglycemic with the food sensitivities and stuff like that, I'm setting myself up for a successful week. So I'm going to have my food when I need my food and the type of food I can have. So there's the benefit there. I just wish I had somebody to do the cooking for me, because I want to be doing other things with my life. I wanted to be doing my art. I want to get, go through all the business stuffs. I want to get into my books, my finances. I want to get into my marketing. I want to do all that. But I'm one person and I can only do so much. So if I don't do my food, that's my foundation. Your health is your foundation. Like, I have to fuel myself properly. I'm also going to start going to the gym again, start doing some weightlifting, or weight training. I'm going to be turning 50. So all of you perimenopausal women out there should be following a lot of the different ladies that I follow online. They talk about the different hormones. So there's holistic people I follow, the different herbs you should be doing, and the different routines, like taking away alcohol, emphasizing your sleep, doing your weight training. Like I go up to the coffee house and I have my book bag and I try to get enough in it so that it's weighted, so that I'm weighted as I'm walking. Like things like that, just like little things. And it's all like these little micro habits that I'm trying to pull together so that I can continue tattooing for as long as my hypermobile weird body will let me. And I love getting out of bed, and I love going to the shop, and I love tattooing. So I want to keep doing it for as long as I physically can. And so I need to invest in my physical body. It's the extension of my tool, and I got to keep doing what I need to do to keep that going. And, so updates for the shop, we're just starting the new year. Today and tomorrow will be the last day for our matching tattoos, and then that'll be it for until next November. I believe we'll be doing it again for November and December. And we won't be going to the Philly convention this year. I love going to the Philly convention. I think this will be the first time I'm missing it, because I will be in the UK celebrating my 50th birthday while that convention is happening. And I'll be going to the Aveda Experience Salon. I have been hoarding points for 15 years or more so that I could do this. So I finally had enough points, and I said this will be a very opportune time to do it, a very appropriate. And if I don't do it now, I might not get the chance, so I'm doing it. So we're not going to be doing Philly. I believe the first convention on our schedule will be the New England Tattoo Expo at the Mohegan Sun, and I think that's in April. But that is always subject to change, and just keep up, our listings, the website, my website, and the shop's website to find out more. Thank you. Have a happy new year, everybody, and I'll see you in the new year.